What's the deal, family? Welcome back to the channel, bringing you the realest and rawest reactions on YouTube. Today we got another banger for y'all, man. So look, we got Akademiks goes off on Charlemagne for not doing his podcast and bringing on guests to talk down on AK. Okay, I'm about to run this one up right here, man. This is a little bit different than the stuff I usually do on both my channels, but you know, I've kind of been like observing from afar this whole little podcast, streaming, you know, hip hop media guys kind of situation that's been going down. And I feel like this has always been a thing. But ever since that one list dropped where it talked about the top guys in media, and then the whole Rory Amal talking about it, Akademiks talking about it, Charlemagne, Joe Budden, everybody kind of, those conversations started moving around, Gilly and Wallow and all of them, Bootleg Kev, like those conversations, No Jumper, it was a lot going on, right? And one thing I've noticed is that there's been these small back and forths between people, whether it was Akademiks and the guy Charlemagne started bringing into, like, I don't really know his name or nothing, but the guy Charlemagne been bringing around, and how that guy's been talking down on AK. Whether it's Charlemagne going to $1 million worth of game and them talking about, you know, how much money they're making, and if they got ads in their videos, shouts out to New Amsterdam Vodka, you know what I mean? Like all of that. And then that in turn with Joe Budden and the little comments about the little windows on the bed and the bedrooms and over the headboard and all that stuff. And there's all these different interactions going in different directions. And it's just interesting to see how it's all, you know, breaking down over time, and, you know, who's taking whose sides on what, who's going on whose platform, who's saying what about who on whose platforms, who's actually saying what they feel versus throwing out subliminals. You know, it's a lot of subliminals left and right on all these platforms. So we gonna tap into this video, see what AK talking about with Charlemagne. And I'm gonna just give my thoughts and opinions on it. If you guys want to see more, you know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe, man. Get at me in the comments.
If Joe calls me, yo, let me be very honest with you. And by the way, yes, it's for anybody who's watching this later in the future or whenever. This is 7:36 a.m. on the East Coast, and yes, I am off that Migos. I finished that bottle. Got another one upstairs. I might go get it. I'm very honest, but
yo, act off the Migos at 7:30 a.m. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. If you ain't got to clock in, bro, if you don't got to clock in nowhere, you can really do whatever you want at any time. Time ain't really real like that. So, like, daytime, nighttime, it don't really matter, bro. Like, if you ain't got to clock in and be at work 9 a.m. sharp, it don't really matter what time you sipping, to be honest with you.
this liquor gonna get me talking some shit I never talk.
Talk your shit, AK. Talk your shit, AK.
Oh, and by the way, we could kill that Drake shit. I hit Drake. Remember I hit that nigga in April, trying to see what's up with the tickets. Nigga never hit me back. Never seen that before. Me and him usually talk frequently. Bro, I just hit that nigga saying, bro, I don't know if, like, you thought I was begging you or some shit. I bought all my tickets. It's going to be me and 10 niggas in there. We got great tickets. I'm going to be at all your Barclays shows. All your, nigga, I spent $30,000. I don't care.
I'm not trying to hear about Drake.
Talking about that shit. What else? Oh. Again. You know, some people ask, why do I drink? Yo, nah, Ak only entertaining when he drinks. No, Ak's entertaining when he's honest. So I'll also bring this in. In reality, Joe hit me 2 days ago. I'm at the pet store getting some food for Pluto. He's like, yo, Ak, what's up, man? He's like, I know you seen a lot of shit. Niggas kind of trying to deal with you a little type of way. You don't got nothing to say? So, Joe, you know, I love everybody. I respect everybody. We should chill, you know. No, anyway, he said, yo, Ak, you know, I did your podcast. He's like, when are you come do mine? I said, anytime. And I want to just stay on that because, again, call it what y'all want. Maybe I'm drunk. Whack 100 connected me with Gillian Wallow. Hit me up. Yo, Ak, you want to do a podcast with you? Blah, blah, blah. Where you be at? I'm in North Jersey. I got my headquarters in Jersey City. I bet. Whatever. Can we use the space? Can we come? Yeah, of course. 2 days of communication. Thanks to Whack. Me, Gillian Wallow did a podcast. I just keep it 100. It's been 7 months. I've been trying to get them on my podcast. Charlemagne.
Okay, so I'm going to just throw this out here real quick because I feel like I kind of know what direction you're going to go with this. But look, one thing I noticed was like, okay, we already know Akademiks, Joe Budden, they got a relationship there, a friendship there, whatever you want, good business relationship, good friendship, whatever you want to call it there. They did the everyday struggle. They had that moment, you know, old head meets the new guy, and them trying to figure out how to, you know, work with each other together. And so they got their relationship, right? And then you notice with Charlemagne. Charlemagne was quick to go on $1 million worth of game. $1 million worth of game been on. I'm pretty sure they've been on the Breakfast Club or one of Charlemagne's platforms. So they got a relationship there. And you see that, you know, when Charlemagne come on $1 million worth of game, there's a little bit of shots at Joe Budden. You know what I mean? You saw when Akademiks went on $1 million worth of game, it was them trying to, like, I don't want to say it was like an interrogation or like a intervention, but it was them trying to like figure out why Ak would do the whole war in Chirac and why they didn't really like that. It was kind of I don't want to say animosity because I don't think it was animosity, but there was, you know, a small disconnection there in their principles and the way they think about things, the way they see, you know, the content that's being made and you know, people's, you know, ability to come up in the scene and et cetera, et cetera. And so that happened. And then, of course, the whole My Son thing on the phone going back and forth and all that. And that's, you know, Gillian Wallow's mans and all that and not Akademiks mans and how that might have even created a little bit more of a disconnect between the groups. And so we're seeing all these different pod wars playing out, and I mean we're seeing, you know, from the behind the scenes, you know, how Ak's feeling about all these different situations that's been happening over the course of the last, you know, just under a year or so.
Back in the day, something going on with me and Joe. Yo, Ak, pop up. Nigga, I'm on the show with Joe. Let's do it. Brilliant. I gotta do it. I had a podcast done for 2 years. Yo, Charlemagne, when you free? Keep it a beat with y'all niggas. I don't care. So that's why when Joe invites me, I always go. Because when I invite Joe, he always comes.
Mutual respect.
When Vlad invites me, I go. You know why? It's loyalty. When I invite Vlad, he comes. So somebody say I care. Of course I care. Because I look at all these niggas. Of course I care. Don't take nothing I'm saying that I don't care. I'm telling y'all the truth. I see Charlemagne with a hater that he signed, but I can't get him on my podcast. I've been begging him for like a year. Whenever you free, bro. Whenever. I've been on Andrew Schultz twice. Now I feel away. Facts. Nigga, Joe came, did my podcast. He said, yo, hey, take out that 10 minutes because he had said some shit, but like he ain't really, like, y'all was going to tweak out. He said, I just take that out. I got to go do my AM show. I'm going to come back again and do your podcast again. Real nigga shit. I'm by loyalty.
Facts.
Act don't need none of y'all niggas. I'm by loyalty. Whoever's loyal to me, I'm loyal to y'all. Bet. Joe asked me to come through today. Nigga, of course I'm there. Nigga, I say, yo, I told him. So that's why I'm apologizing for the stream. Nigga, I'm cutting the shit off at a certain time. I told Joe I'm going to be available for you all day. You know why? And when a nigga popped up on me, he was available all day. We always been available with each other all day. Bruh, some of these things I can't even, I'm like, all right, bro, y'all got it, man. Y'all Hollywood, y'all got it. We gonna keep a bean. I post every podcast clip. Yo, can I get you on my podcast? We talk about it. Right there. But
I guess for act, bro, like, it sucks to say, but like, not everybody is gonna have the same loyalty towards you as. Not everybody's gonna be able to have the same loyalty towards you. That's just is what it is, bro. Like, if we're being honest, I'm pretty sure I've heard Act say a few times, like, he looks up to some of these guys like Charlemagne. I think I've heard him say that about Charlemagne, like how Charlemagne is just, he's almost beyond just the hip-hop community. He's breaking into other avenues, which makes him that much, puts his level up that much higher, right? Gilly and Wallow. Gilly been in the game for a minute. As a rapper, as an artist, and then going into his newer stuff. Wallow, he been in jail doing his thing, you know what I mean? But been around. But none of them have been direct co-workers of Akademiks. Now, as far as Vlad goes, I'm pretty sure Akademiks has been on Vlad, 3-4 times, something like that. I don't know how many times Vlad has been on Akademiks podcast. But I know Akademiks has been on Vlad TV 3-4 times, at least. Would Vlad go 3-4 times to off the record? I'm not sure exactly, but I know he's been there at least once. And whatever their relationship is, like I said, not everybody is gonna have the same relationship or the same loyalty towards somebody. And I feel like that's Akademiks. He thinks that should just be like that, and maybe it not necessarily is, and that's why he's having this kind of like wake up call, like, wait, well, what the hell is going on? I thought you had this type of loyalty, but you don't, and so he's kind of coming to that understanding at this point. That's what it seems like.
I don't be beasting off the record, in reality. Y'all know this. Like, with all due respect, and like, I don't care if Spotify see this. My nigga, I'm Akademiks at the end of the day, my nigga. Like, y'all gave me a hefty contract, but I'm getting that money elsewhere too. Bro, I'm moving around. Nigga, I just signed a big ass stream. Nigga, I'm moving around as a brand of Akademiks. I'm not gonna deliver y'all bullshit. We could extend the contract. We could do whatever with it, but y'all not gonna put me on some rat on a wheel shit. Nigga, I'm gonna move how I want to move. Facts. So, I know sometimes, because I hear people like, yo, Act, you neglect your podcast. Man, I ain't like, nigga, I've been making millions off media before podcasts. I love podcasting, but I'm not going to put out bullshit just to say I did it. I'd rather go a week or two without an episode. I'm good. Spotify probably don't want to hear that, but it is what it is, my nigga. Like, nigga.
And I feel like that is the biggest difference. That is the biggest difference. Akademiks is a live streamer. That is his bag. Live streaming, doing the YouTube videos up to, and then that with the live streaming that he's been doing over the last X amount of years. That's his bag. Live streaming. Gillian Wallow, Charlemagne, to an extent, Joe Budden, like they're not necessarily like live streaming. Joe Budden got the whole improv and flip and all that now, but it's not necessarily live streaming. They're doing like podcasts. Like that's what they do. Every week, every couple times a week, they doing the podcast, they doing the live show, the radio, they doing stuff like that. And if we're just being honest, people in those type of realms don't necessarily respect live streaming the way that they should. Because it's so relatively new. Podcasts been around for a minute. Radio been around for forever, right? So all these older guys, they don't necessarily understand the value or the impact, et cetera, that live streaming has. So all they can think about is that, oh, well, his podcast, he's not doing the podcast like I do the podcast, so why am I going on his podcast? He can come to mine because I'm really doing the podcast. He kind of like, he kind of do the podcast, kind of don't do the podcast. So in there, they're not even thinking about the fact that he live streaming for hours every single day. Right? Which if he really wanted to, he could do the live stream and call that the podcast. You know, if he really, really wanted to. But he doesn't, he keeps them separate. And so I think that's one of the big things as to why maybe other cats aren't as so quick to jump onto his platform, because they don't necessarily respect the way he does his podcast at the same level that they demand respect for how they do their podcast or live or radio shows, etc., etc. But I also think that's they just don't understand the value in live streaming and the impact that live streaming could have. I mean, look at Kai Cenat and all these other people just going crazy with the live streams, getting these crazy deals, impacting a lot of people, making stuff shake.
You signed Akademiks, I'm sorry to say. You didn't sign the podcast of Akademiks. You signed Akademiks. And Akademiks is whoever and whatever in the space. So, it is what it is. I dropped off that Dirk episode. I gave him like NLE Chopper. Took a week off. Nigga, I'll be good. And that's for anybody who do business with me. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't even trying to put their business out there. This is before shit got left with us. Shout out to Alex, Young Boy's manager. That's how they do business too.
Yeah.
Nigga, like,
they do business just like that too.
You have to work with the creative's schedule, his mindset, his vision, his curation. If you think you finna have a nigga on some wild schedule where he just have to pump out content like a slave, yeah, the contract says certain shit gotta come out. It will come out. But the time on when you want it to come out, especially if they can't produce quality up to that level, is gonna be a little bit skewed. So, and by the way, that was an indictment on Spotify. They've been very cool with it. They know what it is. You're dealing with Act. It is what it is. You feel me? You're dealing with Act. It is what it is. So I send love to my Spotify people, and they've been amazing. But as I said, later today I'm about to do if you just joined on like YouTube or whatever, like I'm about to do Joe's podcast. So like we're gonna be a little bit early on everything. Just keeping a bean with y'all. Man, Joe the only nigga in the podcast space. Listen, I always told you niggas don't really invite me to shit. But if a nigga invite me to some shit, I show up tomorrow. When I invite niggas to shit, they give me the runaround. Yo, holla at me after this date. I'm like, all right, y'all got it. Y'all got it. I don't like, and I'll go into the future with this. Let's not communicate personally if we not on the same type of respect. If you ask me to come somewhere, do something, do your event, do your show, if you're not finna do my shit, please don't even talk about it. Real talk.
Hey, I respect that. I feel
and
that.
I'm gonna even be honest.
I feel that.
Some producer reached out to me. Nigga, everybody know I look up to Charlemagne. Nigga, some nigga reached out. Nigga, I did Brilliant Idiots. I'm old. Nigga, I did Breakfast Club. Some nigga reached out to me for a hell of a week. Nigga, I can't even get Charlemagne on my podcast. Nigga, fuck that. I'm not doing nothing. I'm not about to do no hell of a week or some dumb shit like you. Come on, bro. We gonna have mutual respect for each other. Ain't no nigga little nigga me in this bitch. Period. Somebody tell me my feelings today? Nigga, you can say whatever you want, nigga. I'm gonna tell the truth. If I do 10 things you ask and I ask you for one, you can't do it. Nigga, we ain't fucking with each other. Fuck that.
100%.
Hey. It might not even be that, but you can't ask me for shit no more. If I ask you for 10 things and you ask me for 10 things, I'll oblige. I ask you for one, I can't get it. All right, we good, nigga. Straight up. If loyalty don't work two ways, and then, by the way, I don't know who be having beef with who. That ain't none of my issues because I don't be beefing with at least those type of niggas. I don't be beefing with them. I'm just telling y'all in a sense of, I ain't gonna lie, I do feel a way. I feel a way that the only nigga in the media that I could ask to come on my podcast, and he'll do it, we ain't gonna count Adam. Adam cool. But like, Adam was on West Coast. Me and Vlad swap. Me and Joe swap. All these other niggas, they be just like, yo, you come do our shit, we'll holler at you. Y'all ain't about to little nigga me no more. So I like talking in the public. We all can talk in the public, so it is what it is. And everybody know, Act don't take nothing back. Act amplify. He never de-escalate. So y'all go ask these other niggas, why Act did your podcast? Why you never did his? Ask every nigga that. Why Act did your shit, you never did his shit? Ever. Did he ask? Oh, he's just not pressing it. But he looking at you weird, because he like, damn, I thought you respected me, just like I respected you when I jumped. I probably canceled shit. I probably moved shit around to do your shit. Why you not fucking with me like that? All right, bet. Let it be. That's a podcast, right? Y'all got no love for us? Let it be, nigga. All right, bet. My bad.
It be like, see, that's the thing. He is in his feelings, but he's also standing up for himself to an extent where it's like, bruh, if you want respect, you gotta demand the respect. But also, you gotta understand that everybody not gonna respect you the same way that you think you might should be respected. Or not everybody's gonna look at you the same way. Some people might look at you as like, well, I'm gonna get some views out of this. And they see you as like a business move, but not necessarily like a friendship move. Or, you know, because we cool, let's do this. You my mans, let's run it up. They might just look at it as like, okay, that's boom. He's doing this right now. He's going up. That's going to bring views, right? Like, at an old job I used to have, there used to be like this, they used to say this thing like transformational versus transactional, right? And you could have a transactional interaction with somebody where it's all business, it's all about money, it's all about, look, if this you coming on my platform, you're gonna get some viewership, be able to take some of whatever happens on my platform back to your platform. I'm bringing you over here because whatever you got going on, it's gonna bring views and it's gonna do numbers on my platform. So because of what you're doing already on your platform, purely transactional, right? If you mistake that transactional interaction for something transformational, right? Transformational and more, you know, relationship based, then you're gonna be feeling that type of way where you feel like you got played, you feel like you're not getting that same energy back, you feel like the respect and the moves are not being reciprocated back. But if you go into that situation knowing that it's already transactional, or at least assuming it's only transactional, and that's what it is, then there's no love lost because you already knew what it is. So it sounds like in certain situations with certain people, Ack might have thought this was going to be, you know, a relationship-based transaction when really it was really purely about business. Simple as that. Maybe even worse than that. You know, like look at how when Fresh and Fit went on Andrew shows or whatever the podcast was, they just tried to like kill Fresh and Fit off. Like it was just like a pure attack on Fresh and Fit that even shows had to be like, hey, okay, we doing too much. Did Fresh and Fit go to that interview knowing it was gonna be that? Probably not. But it ended up being that way. So just throwing that out there. Let's continue.
We're probably gonna hop into some hip hop shit. I gotta do a timeline on what we're gonna do today. By the way, this is 7 a.m. drinking. I don't give a fuck. And by the way, we're not taking on the back. We gonna get to some YNW Melly. We gotta get to some. Bruh, I ain't never said fuck Charlemagne. That's a guy who I look up to. I'm just telling y'all.
There he goes. I told you, you look up to Charlemagne, man.
If we all gonna keep it 100, because I like keeping it 100, and when you asking me why I look at shit weird, yeah, you just brought an old hate on your podcast, and right. You did his podcast. I get you signed him, but a nigga who been. I was talking to Joe, like even on the phone. I said, Joe, I ain't gonna lie to you. Nah, I said, I don't even know if niggas care about that list that came out, but like, nigga, the way I was talking about the list, nigga, I basically had Charlemagne in one. I put him number one. Nigga, I'm trying to put myself down to make these niggas feel good. Because in reality, I got so much respect for them. Like, nah. They put me number 2, nigga. Nigga, I was just happy to be on the list. I'm like, nah.
I'm telling you, ever since that list came out, the pod been going crazy, bro. That list caused a lot of background noise in the podcast scene, bro. The hip hop media podcast scene. That list caused a lot of noise, man. And that was months ago, and it's still being talked about. I'm telling you, there's a lot going on behind the scenes, and people feeling different types of ways because of that list and because of their relationships with everybody else intertwined within the scene.
Nah, you should put this guy over here. Man, all along, it's like I'm like delusional. I'm like, man, these niggas ain't looking at you like how you looking at them. That's the facts. And it's not a Charlemagne thing. I'm saying this for everybody. I don't want none of y'all podcast media niggas. Do not reach out. Yo, we doing favor for favor. Facts. I don't fuck with you. I done made 20 plus million by myself. I do not care about y'all. If you ask me for something, tell me what you bring in advance. I don't give a fuck. All this looking up to shit, got nigga feeling like, oh, okay, you paying homage, but then nigga shitting up. Nah, fuck that. Real rap. Fuck that.
Hey, I like it though. Stand on your shit, man.
BT at the BT Awards. Nigga, I just had to. I've been scheduling with some people for a year. Then I've been asking another nigga for like mad long. No. Look at y'all talking about crash out. Nah, nigga, I just had to get on my chest. I ain't gonna lie to you. It ain't sit right with me. It ain't sit right. I've been scheduling with some people for a year. Then I've been asking another nigga for like mad long, but he got a hater on his shit. I'm looking like, oh, we not showing love. It's not mutual over here. If it's not mutual, just say this shit. But we not finna do the not mutual shit in private because I was a nigga who was a fan of everybody, including Joe. I was a nigga who was a fan of y'all before I got in this.
That's probably the biggest, I don't want to say issue, but that's going to be the biggest thing, bro. He a fan before he came into it, right? So, like, for example, I'll just say it outright. Like, I'm a fan of Akademiks. I was watching Akademiks when I was, like, in high school. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, though. Real talk. DJ Ghost. I've been watching him for years, bro. I ain't watching him as much because I do reaction videos now, so I don't really watch reaction videos that much. But for years, bro. Years. Like, since I first was in college, maybe even, like, early high school. I've been watching Ghost. So if my platforms were ever to blow up to similar levels, would they even look at me the same? Or would they look at me and they're Ak and Ghost are a little bit older than me? Would they even look at me the same? Or would I be getting little broed because I'm younger and I'm later in the game? I came to the game a little later. Or would they give me the same respect because I'm on the same... I don't know. You know? But that's always a possibility. Like, oh, man, you knew. You've been doing it, but, you know, I've been over here. You know, so, what? Ak might be going through that same type of similar situation with these other guys because he came up as a fan. So he has blind loyalty, blind respect, even despite maybe the subliminals or things that they're doing or the actions that they're taking or the people that they're co-signing with who don't like Ak at all or want to, you know, discredit him or downplay him. So it's a weird, funky little situation to be in, man.
At this point, I'm looking like, man, if niggas don't respect what I got going on, man, fuck what y'all got going on too. We could...
Facts.
It really ain't like that, but I ain't ducking no smoke from nobody. We could all get into it.
And that's also my bad, but that's also the problem with the subliminals all through the podcast and everybody trying to act like they not talking about somebody or trying to throw little things out there so people could run their narratives and try to figure out who they talking about or who they speaking on. Speak on who you want to speak on, bro. If you got a problem with this person, say it. Like, I like actors finally saying this and bringing it out about Charlemagne because how many subliminals or little side little things that Charlemagne thrown out that could be about AK. Like, that's why I don't like the subliminals. If it is what it is, it is what it is. If you got an issue with this person, say that. If you got an issue with that, say that. If you're trying to clown this person, say that. But don't be throwing these little weird subliminals around there, because why? What do you know what I mean? Like, what is that? It's that weird Twitter stuff or something. Like, just say what it is. Keep it honest and upfront so you can know, are we good or not? Are we good or we not good? If we do business, is it purely transactional or are we actually friends? Because everybody's throwing these subliminals around, you don't really know where nobody stand. Real talk.
Yo, WAP 2324, fuck you, nigga. You say, yo, act. Yeah, you ain't sitting right with me neither. Nah, nigga, I ain't gonna lie. We got a This was sponsored by the Casamigos this morning at 8 a.m. Yeah, I just want to know. I don't even want Charlemagne to even have no conversation with no more haters about me without him addressing why he ain't been on my podcast. When I did Brilliant Idiots, like years ago, when I did Breakfast Club months ago, by the way, over 1 million views, both of them. You see, the difference with like shows, that's why I knew this shit was going to happen. Nigga, I did show say, yo, let me know. Nigga, I'm going to do your shit. Nigga, he been done it. I think he did like once or twice. I don't know, whatever it is. But at least reciprocity. You feel me? Probably fucked up that word.
Nah, reciprocated. You want to reciprocate. That's what I said earlier.
However you want. And also, I feel y'all could print it, do anything with it. Nigga, I feel a way that Gillian Wallow ain't been on my shit either. The fuck? Nigga, y'all use my studio. It wasn't that hard once Wack connected the numbers. I said, yo, come here, do this. Y'all can shoot my shit. We could record it for you. Whatever. All right, nigga, I don't care how big y'all think y'all are now, nigga. It's a swap. Like, what's up? Okay, I'm going to wait till All-Star game. Okay, I'm going to wait till this. Okay, y'all free? Okay. Are y'all ever going to be...
They don't respect the streaming stuff.
I'm like, man, this is crazy. So to keep it real, man, I don't give a fuck what niggas say. I'm always get what I done made my millions off of this shit already. I use this platform to get shit off my chest. And if I said it, nigga, it was on my chest. It was on my heart. It was on my mind. I ain't never lie. And niggas ain't got nothing to say to that. And if they don't got nothing to say to it, we gonna just keep those relationships like that because I ain't never need nobody. All right? Let's keep it moving.
Hey, man, I like that he finally said how he felt, man, because like I said, too much subliminals going on in the podcast, bro, especially since the list came out. Everybody want to say something without saying something. Like, speak on it, stand on it, say how you feel, and that's what it is. And then everybody could move forward from there. Like I said, I feel like he's stuck in that weird place where when he was younger, he was a fan of these guys. Now he's on the same level as these guys. So there's just, it's that weird energy right there, if you guys get what I'm saying. But it's similar to rap, bro. It's like if a new rapper comes out and he gets a feature from the OG or the OG rapper who wants to keep staying relevant, gets the new rapper on a feature for his stuff, and then the new rapper says, OG, can you come back for a feature on my stuff? And the OG don't get on the feature with him. He ain't doing no songs with him. He not trying to get on his album. That's the same way as what's going on with this podcast situation with all these guys. So hopefully that's makes it easier for you to understand. If you watch the whole thing, appreciate you, man. If you guys want to see more videos like this, where we kind of get more into the whole the culture, the scene, and the different people that's in it and the interactions, let me know. I don't usually do a lot of stuff like this, but I'm not opposed to it, man. Get at me, hit that like button, subscribe. I love y'all, appreciate y'all. Remember to keep it real, real's rare, real always reaches everyone. Next time, peace.